Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Michael, 302 Sobriety. I'm still strong and sober, one day at a time, and I hope you are too. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I just wanted to talk to you about part of my journey is what's got me here and understanding about my sobriety. I'm not going to speak about you guys, but you can relate to what I've been going through. Because we all go through with it, we just handle it differently. For instance, my mom and my dad, my family gave me the best of what they had to give. They did the best with me. But because I guess from birth, I must have been addicted because you couldn't give me one cookie, I had to eat the whole bag. If you took me out to the park, I had to stay there the whole day. I couldn't stay there for 2 hours. But I wanted more, and I wanted more, I wanted more. And I didn't know how to calm that down. All I kept doing was, the more I got, the more I wanted. Well, growing up, my parents gave me boundaries and rules, but just to teach me for what I'm dealing with now. But I didn't pay attention. You know, I started drinking at a very, very young age, and just did everything that you can name out there, with drugs, alcohol, experimenting with anything that I could just to alter my consciousness, my emotions. It was hard then, but sobriety is easy as long as you take it one day at a time. It's always, remember this, it's always better than the way you were living. Because when I was out there when I was out there drinking, and my whole thing was being in control. I didn't want to feel pain. I didn't want to feel hurt. You know, I didn't know how to handle love. I didn't know how to handle acceptance. I wanted to be part of. If I wasn't part of that group, I just went off. And soon after that, with the multitude of drugs and alcohol that I drank, and I did anything to go get a drink. Meaning that if it was snowing and I didn't have a car, I walk in the snow. There's no excuse that you can't say, well, I can't do this. Well, you know, think back when you were active and doing things, how you went out of your way to get what you wanted. For me, what I want now is my sobriety and live the way I'm living now. Yeah, it's hard. Life throws you curveballs. You just have to learn how to deal with it. You know, I'm now able to accept what my higher power gives me. I go with the flow of the energy. I believe in the universe, the cosmic energies. That's why I do my band, that we're all connected. Material things are just that, material things. You could always replace that, but you can't replace what's inside. The only way you can feed that good wolf inside you is by being kind and not expecting payback from somebody. I hear so many people saying, oh, I did this for this person. When I asked him if he could do something or she can do something for me, they weren't there for me. They're all phonies. No. People have other agendas before yours. As an alcoholic, I'll tell you right now, everything was about me. If I asked you to do something, yes, I was always there. Physically, I was there. I would work it out and do what I had to do, but I was eating myself up alive. Didn't set any boundaries. Didn't know how to say no. I was a people pleaser. I just wanted to please, please, please. And now I have no freaking problem to say no. Stop. I don't agree with what you're saying, or I don't want to hear what you have to say now. I'll get back to you. I could always put a pause on it, but when I say no, It means no, it doesn't mean maybe, and it doesn't mean yes. No is a complete sentence, yes is a complete sentence. Maybe says, I'm going to get back to you. And that's how I've been living my life. If a person doesn't like my answer, that's not my problem. That's your problem. That's their problem. They have to figure out how to handle that, because it's not all about them. What comes to me, what I have to do first is to keep my sanity and have sobriety in the forefront of everything. That is my job, as breathing air is my job to stay alive. I hope you get what I just said. I want sobriety, and I need sobriety just as much as I need air to breathe and to live. Saying that, my biggest prayer that I love the most is the serenity prayer. Serenity, courage, and wisdom. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the wisdom to know the difference, and the courage. You know the rest. I live by that. Sometimes I get caught off guard, so what I do is take a step back, breathe, and say, hey, it's not about me. If you hit or you push the button in me, that means I see a reflection of myself in that person and in you. Now, while growing up, the rules and regulations that were set in place in my family was to teach me things. No, I thought they were punishment. Don't punish me, don't hold me back, because I rebelled. The way I rebelled was drugs and alcohol. So, I have 2 children. I have twins, boy and a girl. Same date, they're both Geminis. Sign of the twins. I have a communication and a belief that they have their higher power that will guide them. I'm just a vessel. I share with them, and I'm truthful when they ask me questions. I volunteer information. I try to teach them, but the difference is, while they were growing up to the age of 18, by the age of 2, they knew right from wrong. Think about it. Every child, every human being knows right from wrong by the age of 2. When you tell them don't touch that, they go like this, and then they start testing you. You know, I'm going to touch it. You know, they know it's wrong because you set rules and you set boundaries. So by the age of 2, you already know what's right and wrong. And little by little, you start testing. Well, I'm laid back, really so laid back, it's unbelievable. And I've been like that, but I would swallow the pain. I would swallow the discomfort of my emotions and show a happy face. I'm doing fine. Everything is just fine. And well, Mike, you know, you're always there. And when I asked, hey, can you do me a favor? I need some help tomorrow to move something or do something. And they would give me the answer, oh, I can't make it. As soon as they say that, in the back of my mind, I would say, shit, I was there for you when you needed it, and you needed it the same day. Why can't you do that for me? Again, that's part of the addiction process. I was so addicted, everything was about me. Yeah, I was there present, physically present. My mind was, I'm going to do this, but I want to do it as fast as I can, get it over done with so I can go get a drink. That was the way my thinking was. Now, if I feel like doing it or I don't want to do it, whatever the case is not an excuse. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I let you know. You got to handle it. It's just like playing baseball. If somebody throws a ball at me, I could either duck out of the way, catch it, or throw it back. So that's how I play my life, my sobriety, my journey. I've struggled I'm 63 years old, and I was sober for about 25 years. Now I'm sober today. That's why I say one day at a time. It's almost going to be, after the 25 years, it's going to be 6 years, October 31st, 2015, when I got into a DUI. All right? I'm still paying the price for that. Now, we're in 2021, in August. I have my van. I have not driven my van for about 3 months because I moved from where I was living to where I am now. The state of Texas. I was living in Delaware. The problem being that I had a breathalyzer. So I was supposed to complete that program, that breathalyzer 2015. I think, 2015, 2016 around, that's when they put it on. So I should be off it April of 2022. Next year, April. This year coming up, April. Problem is that my license there, they have rules in different states. I did my due diligence and went to each department in Delaware and in Texas to get my car registered. I didn't want to get out of the breathalyzer. I've already done it for so many years. I've got a couple of months left. I got 7, 8 months left. Why would I want to get out of it after I did all that time? Mind you, you have to pay, I think $250 to get it installed, and then here in Texas is $85 a month to get it calibrated. That's money. This is what alcoholism has caused me. Not only you lose certain things, but you gain other things. I gained knowledge, I gained patience. Let me get back to you with this breathalyzer. Delaware tells me, well, all you have to do is go to Texas, tell them what you're doing, and you have your car, get it registered, said blah, 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 all that stuff. I went to Texas, and they said, no, you have to go to Delaware, and they have to say you completed the program, the breathalyzer. I called Delaware because I was driving back and forth trying to take care of this business. What happened was, when I called Delaware, Delaware says, okay, do you have your car registered in Texas? And I said, yes. Well, you didn't complete the program. I said, why didn't I complete the program? I still have the breathalyzer in my car and I've been using it. But my car is registered in Texas. I need to get my driver's license with the stipulation that I need till 2022, the program. They said no, because now, according to Delaware's law, if you leave or you register your vehicle or don't have a vehicle, you have to wait the time anyway. So I couldn't get a driver's license. Now I could have gone to my old ways and said, hey, you know something? I have my van, I'll take the chance. Like I always did with everything else. I'll take the chance. I'll drive, what's the worst that can happen? I called Texas, they said, I called Delaware, and they said, don't drive. And I said, I don't plan to. He says, you have 8 months. If they catch you, they will revoke your license, you'll go back to jail, and you got to complete the whole program, and you're going to have to pay more money for not abiding by the law, what they wanted me to do. I said, I understood that. Now get this, I haven't been driving. That's why I've been doing, you see the other videos before this one, that I've been painting the van. That's my home away from home. That's Maria, my van, when I was homeless. So she has a whole close to my heart to understand where I was at one time. When I lost my job as a nurse, gaining another job didn't have any transportation. I said, well, you know something? You didn't make the mistake. You didn't make the poor decision. I made the poor decision. So I will pay the price all the way to the very end. The breathalyzer doesn't stop anybody from drinking. I could easily park the car, go inside and drink. I just choose not to. Because I know that once I take that first drink, I'm off and running. I become a totally different person. That one drink, just something happens. It just snaps, and well, I could have another one. Then I have another one. Before you know it, I wake up someplace, I don't know where I'm at, or I'm home. How did I get here? And then the following day, I'm in pain, and I want more, and I gotta go get more. And I don't even think about it. I just action. Go to the store and get it. That's the way I was. I'm able to pause now. To understand, Michael, you don't have to react. You just have to sit back, think about it, and pick the best route. So for the best route for me, it's been having that van parked there. I've been painting it. I have a bed inside, a bathroom, water, sink, refrigerator, AC, heater. And I drive. When I was in Delaware, I would drive to Arizona, from Arizona to Texas to New Mexico, to Maryland, to New York, to Rhode Island. I would drive all over, but that was my baby. And in order to get that, these were my steps. Every time when I lost my job, I lost my nursing license. By losing my nursing license, I didn't have a job. I wasn't gainfully employed. So I had to look for a job. When I had to make probation, when I had to do parole, when I had to get my medications for my illness, because that's another story. I have a detrimental illness, and I'd lost so much weight. I walked. I would walk to the store. I would walk for job interviews in the summer, in the snow, in the rain, until I saved up enough money to get a bicycle. Then I bike ride. I did this for about 2-3 years until I was able to get my Maria, my van. And then things started changing around. I couldn't do the nursing anyway, which was a blessing, and that's why I say the cosmic energies and that we're all connected. You got to go with the flow. You got positive energy, you got negative energy. People call it God, people call it the devil. Whatever you want to use, terminology. This is what I use. We're connected together. You do good, you bring good. You do bad, you get bad. Karma. I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but if it happens, that's not my fault. I'm trying to be as good as I can, and if you have ulterior motives, it'll come back to you. I don't have to do anything about it. Now, don't touch me. That's one thing I have, my boundaries. As soon as you touch me and you get physical with me, gloves are off. With that being said, I'm enjoying my life because I'm more peaceful, I'm more calm. I could sit down. I could look at the sky, the clouds, flowers, the animals. Go to hiking, go camping, go to the beach. And the biggest thing, develop the relationship with my children. I could talk to my daughter about anything. I'm talking about drugs, sex, anything. My son, I could talk to him about anything, drugs, sex. But they're two different people, though they're twins. You put them both together, you have one complete person. One balances the other one out. Now, they need something, I'm there. I didn't have money at the time. But I'm not loose with my money. I've been saving money. I've been saving my funds for emergencies. I'm going to be moving. I'm going to buy a piece of land, hopefully by May, if God's willing. If not, it'll take a little longer, but these are my goals. And I'm taking my steps to reach those goals. I take care of myself physically. I used to weigh 415 pounds. I weigh 182 pounds now. And that's because I've been sick. And you look back at the rest of the videos, I'll explain everything. But with all that, if my children, and it's been plenty of times, my daughter says, "Hey Dad, can you take me to Florida?" Sure, when I was driving, I would say I'd be right there. I would go and drive and we'd take a ride from New York all the way down. Not a thought of drinking. I was like, whoa, surprised. I had a good time talking about sobriety, talking about my poor decisions, my errors in life, so I could share with them. I cannot hold them back. They're old enough. They know right from wrong. Excuse me. They know right from wrong. So I got to let them go. But I could always plant a seed in their mind. I will always back them up. I will always have their back, whatever choices they have. And I'm not going to say, "I told you so." Because you're going to kick yourself in the ass anyway. So I'm not going to help you. I'm just going to be there for support. If you want to talk to me before you do something, that'd be fine. You could tell I'm Spanish. I keep talking, that's the Latin blood in me. Talk with your hands in New York. I can't keep still. But my son is the total opposite. He's a boy, He's a man's man. Act tough. Reminds me of me. My daughter reminds me of me. They both have half of me and half of their mother. And it's amazing that we're able to talk. He gives me one-word answers. "Hey, how was school today?" Fine. I'll ask my daughter, "How was school today?" She said, "Oh, you know something? I went to this class, and this happened over in this class, and then from that class I went over here, and then I'm studying this thing, and from there I went shopping," and she'll give me her whole life story. But I love it. I've been missing out a whole lot. She has a problem. She has a decision to make. She comes to me. She asked me, "What should I do?" And I said, "This is what I would do. You do what you want. This is not my life. It's your life. You have to make the decision. You know what I went through. You know how things turned out for me. You see how old I am, and I'm still fighting. Never give up. Don't ever give up. Keep moving forward. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you learn, you'll always ride a bicycle, because all you have to do is get back on it and pedal those pedals, and you keep moving forward. You don't pedal your bike backwards. You got to see where you're going. They say that's why a car has a rear view mirror, because it's back there. You can't do anything about it back there because it's past. So you got to keep your eyes in the front. That's the thing. I post stuff on TikTok, so you can follow me there. YouTube and Instagram. 302 Sobriety on all of them. Follow me. Give me any comments that you might think, any suggestions that you want to hear about. I truly believe what works for me are the 12 steps. I'm in a 12-step program with AA, and I've met the best people, best group of people that help me out, that share things to me, that tell me, "Hey, read that book, read step 2, read step 4, read step 1. I have no power over alcohol. And when my life becomes unmanageable, I'm screwed." And that doesn't only go for alcohol. It goes for gambling. It goes for buying clothes. If you do something to the extreme that it takes over your life and makes your life unmanageable, that you're not taking care of your bills, taking care of your kids, you got a problem. You got to take a look at it. You got to pull the reins back. But you do find if you do it a day at a time, it can get frustrating, because it gets frustrating to me. But I don't quit, because it's way fucking better than the way I was living. Looking over my shoulders at the cops who come in, you know, am I going to do something really stupid? Because everything that I've done so far, it could have been a lot worse, you know. So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts, and I hope you guys stay strong and sober one day at a time, because it pays off. All the hard work that you're going to go through, all that emotional crap that you put in your mind, stay out of your head. You know, just try to do something. I've been doing, like you can see, some painting. I do some car work, but I keep my mind busy. I sew. I try to do something. The worst part of this whole situation for me is that since I haven't got my license yet until April of 23rd, I've been in this house without going out. And it's like I put myself on lockdown. And it reminds me when I got arrested for the DUI. So that's past. I won't forget it because I don't want to relive it. And I just keep looking forward. But I'm living in the present. This is my higher power's gift, a present to me, to live in the present. And with that, bless you all. Hope you stay safe, strong, and sober. And with what's going on in the world, we need a lot of prayers for each other. Help your fellow person that's in recovery. Be of service to somebody. Do the best that you can. Be the best person that you can be. And with that, peace out.